right? We prioritized user privacy. We do not want your information. We do not use your personal data to train our model, your conversations. Our engineers can't even see your conversations, right? And we looked at
Yes, and while she's saying that, I want to bring up a fact that ChatGPT used used all the conversations, especially if you did not toggle off don't use this to help AI on your personal settings, which most people don't do, right? So if you didn't toggle that off, even if you did toggle it off, I still feel as if they would do this, possibly. Um, they use those conversations to help build these robots that are coming. She built she built the black GPT. Here's why. All right. So if you go to the previous video, if you go to the previous video right here, we show how how much the melanated person has invented in this world, and that the things that all of us use on a daily basis, a lot of those things were created by a melanated person. But the narrative is that um the so-called black never invented anything, never contributed to this place. Pretty much as far as invention goes, and sometimes you even go as far as immigrants saying they built it, although they were not there when the 13 colonies were formed. But anyway, we want to get to this right here. So I seen this video. Well, I didn't watch it, but I seen the title of it, and it says she built the black GPT. Here's why. At the Contrarian. So this may be another great melanated inventor, and she's actually this would be combating the current Chat GPT, if I'm assuming correctly, because we do need our own Chat GPT, because a lot of things that's in Chat GPT have been programmed to look at the world in a certain way that doesn't always paint us in a certain way. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't have truth, but a program is a program to be programmed in a certain way for a certain group of people, and a lot of times even about a group of people. But let's see what she has to say about this.
I also want to talk to you about the big news that you have. This AI new I was it Aisha?
Aisha. You get it? Because
Aisha,
it's like
AI
AI
Aisha.
and then exactly.
Tell me about it. I mean, we have something new on the forefront that is for communities that look like us.
That's
Talk to
right.
me about this, especially at a time when AI is moving so rapidly and so many people have been left behind.
Look, today Onyx Impact launched Aisha, which is a standalone app built from the ground up to
Mm,
better serve our communities,
mhm.
right? You can download it right now at Aisha.ai, but we started this entire project well over a year ago because the most powerful information tool of our generation, AI, was being handed to Black communities in a form that was actively harming them, right?
Profiling us.
Profiling us, harming us. We know this to be the case. We know that Chat GPT recommended the death penalty more often when defendants sounded Black. We know that AI data centers are disproportionately landing in Black communities. We know that image generators default to dark skin for crime, right? And we know that
And what are saying these things, and it's AI, we need more of her, but we need more of her building these robots. Because see, the same thing that she's saying about AI and the profiling and the darker skin and all this, they can program these robots that may be coming to do the exact same thing. So imagine a robot seeing darker skin and going to shoot you, right? So we need the great inventors, the great minds to come together and build stuff that will defend us, because we see that the programming that's going out there is to hate black people, attack black people, profile black people, give the death sentence to black people, more often than not. So if these countries or these corporations are making actual robots that are going to go to combat, right? We will need robots as well that are on our side that will defend us and attack as well if need be, right? Because this is serious. This is going to be it's possible, man, that it will be robots coming up to your door to arrest you, maybe. I mean, y'all listen, man, that I don't think people really taking this as serious as it could be.
4 million job applications that were run through by AI hiring tools systematically rejected Black applicants. That's still happening today. So, but Aisha, we decided to center her first and foremost on Black sources, Black history, Black progress, right? We put guardrails around to ensure that Aisha was reducing bias at every step, right? We prioritized user privacy. We do not want your information. We do not use your personal data to train our model. Your conversations, our engineers can't even see your conversations, right? And we looked at
Yes, and while she's saying that, I want to bring up a fact that ChatGPT used um used all the conversations, especially if you did not toggle off don't use this to help AI on your personal settings, which most people don't do, right? So if you didn't toggle that off, even if you did toggle it off, I still feel as if they would do this, possibly. um they use those conversations to help build these robots that are coming, right? They didn't tell anybody that they were using this to build robots, right? So this is serious, bro. I don't think y'all really understand how serious this is, bro. Like this is gonna be i- if slavery ever comes back, this is gonna be worse than slavery, bro. Y'all think if you think some braids and a black woman gonna help you get up out of this, paths in your braids and some Harriet Tubman woman save you out of this when you got these programmed robots, right? It's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough. So we need defense. We need defense. Like that's the first thing we need defense, and then be ready to attack as deadly as they're ready to attack with things like that. Because they have nuclear bombs as well. Like why do they have to have a nuclear bomb, but nobody else can have a nuclear bomb? You know what I mean? Like they're the most justifiable to say when somebody deserves to get nuclear bombed. You know what I mean? And they're and this country is the only one that ever used nuclear bombs. Now I will say that Japan was very aggressive before they did use them, and they might have lost a lot of people in progress to winning the war against Japan, but they would have won the war against Japan, but they would have took a lot of loss, so they decided to use a nuclear bomb. Wrong or right, I don't know, but what I'm saying is that is what it is. We need defense because what's to come possibly is something we may not be ready for.
what was happening from an environmental standpoint in Black communities, and we said that is not acceptable. And so Aisha's local proprietary model, uses data centers in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal, right? And we chose those places specifically because they represented the cleanest electric grid sources in all of North America, right? And when we look at what they are able to do, what happens with at these power centers, right? The water goes directly from the turbines back into its source, and so little to no water supply is lost to power Aisha, right?
Wow.
We made explicit decisions, intentional decisions. Like, what would it look like if something was made for us? What would it look like if someone was not interested in replacing people?
And it's sad because you're thinking about the environment and you're thinking about all these good things, while on the contrary, the trillionaires, the billionaires, the trillionaires, they're not even thinking about the common person, let alone the melanated person. And you're thinking about the common person and the melanated person, and that just kind of shows you, right? What we're dealing with and what type of I don't want to say that, but okay, y'all get what I'm saying.
Jobs, right?
Mm.
We are fundamentally against AGI, which is the race to recreate the human brain, right? The ultimate goal of most of these large language models. That's why they use so much power and electricity, right? That we believe that to be unethical and immoral. And what Aisha is intended to be a digital assistant based on Black news, Black sources, Black history for people 18 and over, nothing more, nothing less. And so we are, completely astounded by the incredibly powerful response that we have seen today. In just the few hours after our launch, the thousands of folks that have already downloaded Aisha, that are using her with full force, that are asking, her for recipes, that are asking.
I wonder what kind of recipes.
She just sent me a great recipe for some jerk chicken. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna lie. And as someone who
you got a
does
lot of
not
people
own,
who love Jamaican food here, jerk chicken, and don't play.
I'm not playing. And look, here's the power of Aisha. April, I am someone that does not own a pot or a pan. I get it. Look, you, my mama, my family, y'all can all have a conversation.
I'm not judging. This is a no.
Aisha has me in the kitchen.
And you're enjoying it.
Making chicken, making salmon, using my air fryer, right? Ooh. Like not only when you ask her about the economy, is she going to tell you how the economy is affecting Black communities without you asking?
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you go into Aisha and you type in your state, just any state, she will give you immediately a list of Black news sources to follow and subscribe to. Right? The conversations, the answers she will give you about how to talk to your kids about police interactions are so fundamentally different.
Wow. Yes.
Than these large language models. And she got me to cook.
Wow. Now, how do you get to Aisha again?
Aisha.ai.
Aisha.ai, guys.
You can go there. It's in the App Store. It's in the Google Play Store, wherever. It's available for downloads wherever you are. We highly recommend you checking her out and giving her a spin. We know that we are not going to be perfect, but we hope that this is a better AI, that this is a way that we can move forward in this conversation for a tool that is going to fundamentally recreate how we see the world moving forward.
Esosa, you're so innovative, and you buck the trends, and you buck what happens right now at the White House. But you are really in the face of Donald Trump with this, who is anti-DEI and anti-woke. This is all of that he says he doesn't want. How do you safeguard from being targeted or possibly shut down because you are actually what he hates?
When I tell you that I have not moved a single step in my life based on what that man wants to do, believes in doing, right? He is instituting a DEI disinformation campaign that is at its core anti-Black, that is at its core, being used to strip hundreds of millions of dollars from flood protections for Black communities, that is being used to strip millions of dollars from sickle cell research, from maternal mortality programs, right? All by calling them woke ideology. We will not stand for it. And what we know about Aisha, right, is that when you build technology that works for the people, it has always failed. You build technology that is better for everyone. Right? This design produces sharper answers and better context for everyone.
Wow.
More accurate sourcing benefits every user. Deeper cultural context produces sharper answers for every user. And that's how we come to this conversation, right? Chat GPT was already built with a specific default perspective in mind. We accepted that default perspective as universal. We called it neutral. right? We call it objective. We handed it to every single person and never questioned who sat at the center of making that technology. Aisha was built for our communities, and she is better for yours because of it.
Amen. So here's what I want to say really fast.
Yeah, that's that civil right heart that she has. She definitely wants the best for the melanated people, but she wants the truth for everybody. And it's very hard to be that type of person in this world, knowing that you got the other side that does not think like that at all. Right? They do not. They want to see. I don't want to say totally destroyed, but never high enough to be, successful, look to successful, or if you are successful, you're giving out bogus messages or you're working for us. And this is the thing too, like even though the non-melanated, lighter pigmented peak person feels like, oh, we have this and that, and you guys, you guys were the slaves of this country, so we this and that. At the end of the day, we all slaves now. We all working for the same dollar. We all, you might have a ability or might have inherited certain things or something like that. But at the end of the day, we all slaves to this dollar now. And what's to come, I think y'all don't understand that they don't care about y'all like that. And it's only a few. It's anyway, bro. Anyway, just know that at the end, we're all gonna be in the same thing. So I believe this is a good thing to look at. All right, man. Let's get into this next one. All right, let's get into the next video.